welcome to Acadia After Dark. I'm your host, the Reverend Redbeard. Tonight, we're exploring one of Maine's most chilling cryptid encounters. The terrifying night the unsuspecting Martin family faced the unknown. The story is sure to send shivers down your spine, so settle in and let's uncover the details of that fateful night. The story begins in the early 2000s when the Martin family moved to a rural farmhouse in Palmyra, Maine. The family consisted of Eric Martin, his wife Shelley, and their daughter Chelsea. Eric also had a son named Sean, who lived on his own. Due to an injury that Eric had sustained, he was out of work and money was tight, so this affordable house was a stroke of good luck for the family. Surrounded by the dense woods, the area seemed idyllic for exploration and a fresh start. But soon, strange occurrences began to unfold. The first signs of trouble came from the family's dogs, who started acting strangely. They refused to leave Eric Martin's side and showed clear signs of fear. One evening, while sitting on the porch, Eric and Shelley spotted some unusual lights across the property by the tree line. Thinking it was some hunters trespassing, Eric and his son Sean decided to investigate the woods. However, as it got closer, the lights apparently disappeared. They were then overcome by an overwhelming sense of fear and quickly returned home. On another occasion, Shelley's daughter Chelsea found an unusual hole in the ground while out walking their dogs with her boyfriend. Upon inspecting the hole in the ground, it appeared that it had been dug out as if a large animal had used it as a den. Then, on Memorial Day weekend in 2007, Eric's wife Shelley was making coffee on a misty evening when Eric heard an eerie noise coming from the woods. He yelled for Shelley to get inside, and as they both peered into the darkness, they saw 5 sets of glowing eyes staring back at them from the dooryard. In an interview, Shelley said, "When we were sitting there, of course it was around 10 at night, and to this day, I don't know how Eric, my husband, could have felt something. It was like a sixth sense," he said. "You need to get up and go in the house. When I shined the floodlight, I had this huge floodlight you could see forever with it, hundreds of feet. But these were only about 20 feet from us. There were 3 that were crawling towards us, so I didn't see the 5 all at once. I saw the 3, and when I put the light on them, that's what the shock was. Even 4 seconds can feel like 4 hours. You're just mesmerized." Eric, being an avid hunter and realizing the danger, rushed inside, then locked the doors. Shelley quickly secured all the windows, while the terrified dogs huddled together in a corner. From the safety of the house, the Martins were able to see the creatures moving around outside of their home. They described the beasts as 7 feet tall and having wolf-like features, but unlike normal wolves, they were able to walk upright on their hind legs. Eric wanted to retrieve his guns from the barn, but as he stepped onto the porch, he saw the creature standing there, staring at him in the darkness. Desperate, cautiously approached his truck, hoping to use it for cover. His movements activated the security light, causing one of the creatures to lunge towards him, but the light seemed to hold them back. Realizing he couldn't reach the guns, Eric ran back inside. Martins decided to call the police, only to be told that there was nothing they could do. Their advice was to stay inside and keep all the doors and windows locked. The family, now awake and alert, armed themselves with whatever sharp instruments they could find, and huddled together in Eric and Shelley's bedroom. The night wore on. The restless Eric decided to make one last attempt to get his guns located in the barn. So in his last-ditch effort, he walked cautiously outside, and enduring the pain of his injured leg, began to close the distance between the house in his hope of defending his family. As he approached the barn, he said he could sense the animal circling him just outside the glow of the security light. Eventually, his nerve gave out. He decided to rush back inside to the relative safety of the house, where Shelley had been listening to the ordeal from the living room window. Knowing they had no other options, and help would not be coming, They went to their room with their teenage daughter, and together, the family hid and waited for daylight to come. As they fearfully clutched the makeshift weapons they had been able to gather, they could hear the animals circling on the roof of the home, looking for a way in. When morning finally arrived, the creatures were gone. Outside, the family found no signs of the creatures, but discovered huge footprints with enormous claws left in the mud. Evidence of their presence included huge scratches on the doors and walls, and disturbed ground around the property. In the immediate aftermath, the story was passed around the local news. No one seemed to know exactly what to make of it. People familiar with the area told the story in local taverns and around campfires. Thus, a legend was born. The story has since gained national attention and become a well-known account, with it being adapted into an episode of the show Paranormal Witness. Of course, some may even know this story from hearing it told by Mr. Ballin. The Martin family moved out shortly after, and has remained rather private since the incident. The beasts were never identified, and since Maine is not known to have wolves, it does leave people speculating exactly what happened on that night. It wasn't the only report of strange canine-like beasts in the Maine woods. For instance, there's the Turner mystery beast. Chris Packard wrote of the Turner beast in his book, and here's what he said. Since at least the mid-1990s, residents across central Maine have reported a mysterious beast lurking in the woods and countryside. The canine creature has been blamed for killing dogs, cats, and sheep, and for spooking people. The large creature has been described as a mutant dog or wolf hybrid, with a short muzzle and high front shoulders like a hyena. In August of 2006, only a year before the incident in Palmyra, a strange creature was found dead in Turner, Maine. The carcass, discovered along Route 4, drew worldwide attention after being described in a Lewiston Sun Journal article titled Mysterious Beast. Residents have reported hearing chilling cries and seeing glowing eyes at night for years, speculating about a mysterious creature stalking the area. The animal, believed to have been hit by a car while chasing a cat, defied easy identification. Witnesses described it as having a strange hybrid appearance, part dog and part wolf. Some even speculated it was a mutant of some kind. Despite genetic testing that later identified the creature as a breed of dog, this was unsatisfactory to some eyewitnesses. The mystery surrounding it still remains unresolved in some people's minds, leaving many to wonder if the Turner mystery beast was something more supernatural. Next, we move not far up the road to the Wayne Dogman sighting in 2013. In 2013, a local resident in Wayne, Maine, captured a photo of a large, bipedal, wolf-like creature. The photo sparked intense debate and curiosity, as it showed a creature with a wolf-like head and body, but walking on its hind legs. The sighting added to the growing list of dogman encounters and fueled discussions about the existence of such creatures, blurring the lines between myth and reality. Finally, we explore the Sandy River encounter. In 2023, a man reported an unsettling experience while fishing on the Sandy River. He described encountering a large, hulking creature with glowing eyes and a menacing growl. As he fished, the creature emerged from the water and approached him, before disappearing back into the river. His story quickly went viral, prompting debates about whether it was a hoax, a misidentified animal, or something supernatural. This encounter further cemented the lore of the Dogman in Maine, joining the ranks of other cryptid sightings and adding another layer to the state's rich tapestry of mysterious and unexplained phenomena. Maine has had its fair share of supposed werewolf activity, beginning as early as 1857, just 20 miles outside of Bangor. A mail carrier was making his daily deliveries by horse and buggy when he was surrounded by a pack of wolves that tried to overtake his horses. He reportedly shot into the pack with his rifle, and they fled into the woods. While this may seem like a random attack, it did stir some rumors that perhaps the wolves were not what they appeared. The legend of the Dogman itself dates back to 1887, with reported attacks and sightings in Michigan. The creature is described as having the body of a man and the head of a dog. This legend lay dormant for nearly a century, until it was revitalized by DJ Steve Cook's recording The Legend in 1987, which became a sensation and was followed by a series of cult classic films. Werewolf legends in New England, like many other regions, have deep historical roots and are influenced by a mix of European folklore, early colonial experiences, and indigenous beliefs. Though there's no mention of any dogmen in local indigenous folklore, there is a shapeshifter known as the Kawakwa, or the Chinu. According to Wabanaki folklore, the Kawakwa is a fearsome shapeshifter that inhabits the remote forests of Maine. The legend tells of malevolent beings who were once human, but transformed into terrifying monsters through dark rituals or as punishment for cannibalism. Kawakwa is described as a gigantic humanoid with an insatiable appetite for human flesh. It has the ability to shapeshift into various forms to stalk its prey, and is known for its loud, bone-chilling shriek that can cause instant death. The creature is said to have a heart made of ice, symbolizing its cold and relentless nature. This legend served as a cautionary tale, warning people to respect the natural world and avoid engaging in harmful behaviors. The stories were often told around the fireplace during the cold winter months, instilling a sense of primal dread and respect for the wilderness. We'll do a deeper dive into this legend in a later episode. The loup-garou, which is French for werewolf, has deep roots in Maine's folklore, brought over by French settlers. According to the legend, the loup-garou is a person who transforms into a wolf, often as a result of making a deal with the devil or through a curse. The loup-garou is described as a terrifying creature that can transform from a human into a wolf, usually under the light of a full moon. Once transformed, the loup-garou is said to have an insatiable appetite for human flesh, and the ability to cause great harm to a community. This legend has historically served as a cautionary tale, warning people about the dangers of making deals with supernatural forces, and is often used to illustrate the consequences of straying from the moral and social norms. The loup-garou legend has had a lasting impact on Maine's cultural heritage, further contributing to the state's rich tradition of storytelling and folklore. The story has been passed down through generations, captivating the imaginations of Mainers and visitors alike. It serves as a reminder of the power of myth and legend in shaping our understanding of the world around us. Whether products of an overactive imaginations or genuine encounters with the unknown, Maine's cryptid legends continue to captivate and terrify. From the Turner mystery beast to the Wayne Dogman, the Erie Sandy River encounter, the legendary Kawakwa, the loup-garou, and the Palmyra Werewolves. Each story adds a unique thread to the rich tapestry of Maine's folklore. These tales remind us of the thin line between the natural and the supernatural, and the power of storytelling in shaping our understanding of the world around us. And as we close tonight's episode of Acadia After Dark, remember to keep your senses sharp and your mind open. After all, you never know what might be lurking in the shadows of your own backyard. I'm the Reverend Redbeard, and until next time, stay safe, and thanks for joining us on this journey through some of Maine's most mysterious cryptid encounters.